Hello, YouTube. This is the Crew 85. This is an update and review. Next, I'm gonna try to review the anime Hamtaro. Most of it, I'm gonna have to watch the Japanese dub because we got gypped in US and we got gypped in US. They didn't air it till I think it was like 2004, and then they only dubbed like the first 105 episodes, and then we only got the first 105 episodes, so maybe we only got the whole first season. We only got maybe like the first season released over here. Because the Foso was 296 episodes, and it was originally aired in Japan in 2000, and it was on from 2000 to 2006. And what happened with Hamtaro? It actually got canceled because Cartoon Network had these 4 other shows they wanted to put on. It got canceled so they could air another Gumby show, which I had no clue there was another one after the one that they did in the 90s that was on Nickelodeon. They did that, a new Gundam. They did it they also did it so they could air Atomic Betty, which was the Canadian show, which was basically, for those of you that saw like the Duck Dodgers in the 21st and a half century TV series they had on Cartoon Network, or if you saw like the Buzz Lightyear, A Star Command, the cartoon series from like the late 90s or maybe 2000s, if you saw that, Betty was basically take Buzz Lightyear or Duck Dodger's character and make him like a girl that's like 12 years old or something like that, and that's what like Atomic Betty was. And they did that, and they also ironically discontinued it to air over 9,000. Yes, apparently they canceled Hamtaro so they could get Dragon Ball Z aired in US sooner. So most of it's gonna be the Japanese dub. Well, anyway, this is my review of Congo. This is hopefully going to be my final take. My first take, I saw it in my bedroom with the fan on and it got all messed up. It looked like, it was terrible. It was all like shaky cam. It looked like it was like a cut scene. It looked like it was the scene that got cut out of like the first Hunger Games. That's how bad it was. Anyway, Congo was a movie that was made in like the early 90s. It was based off a book, and basically this guy is sent from the satellite to find this diamond for the satellite. The guy disappears. The woman who was like planning on marrying him, she goes to the Congo to find him. Meanwhile, there's just this guy who has this gorilla named Amy that's she learned how to talk. She does gestures and on her arms, and she has this like machine that's somehow able to translate her body, her gestures into words, kind of like what Stephen Hawking had when he got older, because he lost his ability to speak, so we had like the keypad that he typed in and it said what he was typing. So she's set to go into the Congo, and meanwhile the guy wants to take the gorilla back to the Congo, and Tim Curry who's agrees to take him, so they go to the Congo. All this stuff goes wrong there. In the middle of the Civil War, like right after they get off of the airport and to meet Ernie Hudson's character, who in the original book was British is what I read, and this one he's African American, but he speaks English. So they're down there and they get in trouble. They try to get across the border. They get caught. They get stopped. They talk to this general guy, and how they get across the border is because of the gorilla. Because the gorilla there, they are afraid about getting in trouble with like the Americans of like mistreating the gorilla if it got across. But the main reason why they got across is because they bribed the guy, the commander guy. They paid him a ton of money, so then they go on this plane, and then their plane, and then when they're midway across the border, they have to jump out because they get attacked by like this, like these like rebels or something, because they were violating their airspace. So they have to jump out of the plane. The plane gets blown up, and then you find out, and then they're going on, and then it's all like, and then meanwhile you find out Tim Curry is trying to look for this lost city called Zenz. Because according to legend, like King Solomon from the Bible got like these diamonds from the city, so they're trying to find the diamonds, trying to find the city, while meanwhile the girl's trying to find out what happened to her fiance and why I didn't come back, and all problems working out. Like their plane gets destroyed. There's a scene when they're on a river at night. I think this is made for the movie. And they get ambushed by a hippo, so they gotta so they're forced to go ashore. I really liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I know the critics didn't like it. I know there were some other people online that did not like it. Like, if I remember, didn't like it. Like I believe, Nostalgia Critic, I think, did a review of it, I think, a long time ago, and he tore it to pieces. But I liked Congo. I thought it was a good movie. If you're expecting a really high killer animal movie, run amok movie where there's a lot of action, then Congo may not be for you. This is a real slow burn film. This is told more in the style of Jaws, where the creatures they keep hidden for most of the movie. So if you're expecting something like Alien vs. Predator or something like that that's very fast-paced, then this isn't gonna be your cup of tea. But I liked it. I recommend it. I give it a 10 out of 10. I say check it out.